Roy Keane has launched a blistering attack on Bruno Fernandes after the Manchester United star's performance in the Manchester derby. The Red Devils were utterly dominated throughout the match on Sunday afternoon, as Man City romped to an easy 3-0 win. In the post-match discussion on Sky Sports, the performances of several stars were highlighted, including club captain Fernandes. Former Liverpool star Jamie Carragher highlighted Erik ten Hag's decision to make the 29-year-old captain. He said, "Bruno Fernandes should not be a captain. We're sat with two former Manchester United captains, Keane and Neville." Keane, 52, then offered his own analysis on the matter. The football hardman said, "After today and having watched him again, I would definitely take the captaincy off him. 100%. I know it's a big decision. Obviously, he changed the captaincy with Maguire, but Fernandes is not captain material." Keane continued, "I think he's a talented player, no doubt about it. But what I saw from him today, his whinging, his moaning, he's throwing his arms up in the air constantly, it really isn't acceptable. And what we saw today, I would take it off him. Because we're talking about making changes, you have to start somewhere, whether it's board level, managers. I would start with that because the manager is capable of doing that and holding his hands up and saying, 'Listen, I got it wrong.' In terms of captain material, he's the opposite to what I would want in a captain." Fernandes was named the Red Devils captain in the summer, while Maguire was demoted ahead of his expected transfer departure. However, Keane was criticized by fans for calling on Rasmus Højlund to go down for a penalty when he had a good chance to score, but was put off balance by a clever push from John Stones. It came after United had conceded a soft penalty, with Højlund giving away a foul for having an arm wrapped around Rodri's waist at a free kick. Towards the end of the game, United stars lost their heads, with Antony being labeled ridiculous by Gary Neville. Online fans were angry at referee Paul Tierney after Grealish escaped with no punishment following a shove on Amrabat. Haaland scored twice and added an assist for Phil Foden in front of the Old Trafford crowd. United remain 8th in the Premier League table despite the defeat, while City moved to within 2 points of league leaders Tottenham and level with Arsenal. Again and again. Erik ten Hag says team followed game plan. Erik ten Hag has spoken of his disappointment at losing the Manchester derby, but says his team followed his game plan. When asked by Miguel Delaney of The Independent if this was one of the most disappointing days of his Manchester United career, he said, "No, the execution of the game plan was very good. Of course it's disappointing to lose the derby." Meanwhile, Erik ten Hag pleaded for patience from the fans after his team slumped to a 3-0 defeat in the Manchester derby yesterday. After a poor start to the season, United are 8th off the table and 8 points off Liverpool in 4th. Ten Hag said, "I ask the fans to stay behind us and continue to support the team. We're all together. There will be better days." Elsewhere, Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag is adamant his troops are improving, despite falling to their 5th league defeat of the season Manchester City on Sunday. The former Ajax gaffer said, "The 3 games before we won, and the spirit is very good, so I think we are on the way up. The start was difficult, but we are on the way up. I am sure when we have some injured players coming back then, our side will be stronger. We have to be patient." Sir Alex Ferguson has paid tribute to his late wife Kathy and Manchester United legend Sir Bobby Charlton. He wrote, "Unfortunately, I have also suffered the painful loss of my beloved wife Kathy this month, and I want to thank the club, the fans, and everyone who has sent me their condolences. The black armbands worn by the team against Brentford and the flags at half-mast around Old Trafford were a wonderful tribute. Kathy supported me every step of the way through my career, and she was the backbone of our family. At such a sad time, there is tremendous comfort to be found in being part of the Manchester United community, and we've all felt that spirit this week. We're continuing to mourn for Bobby's loss, but as we look forward to the derby this afternoon, let's also celebrate the many wonderful memories he has blessed us with and be inspired by the example he set. Again and again, Manchester City has revealed that he used Manchester United's Keano chance as motivation to score 2 and assist once in the Manchester derby. Roy Keane's challenge on Haaland's father, Alpha Inge, essentially ended his career in 2001. And Haaland said after the game, "There were so many people singing Keanu. I don't know why, but I used it as motivation and gave them a good celebration, again and again." Manchester United supporters are still awaiting official confirmation of Sir Jim Ratcliffe's investment in the club. Earlier this month, Ratcliffe became the favorite to join the United boardroom after Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani announced he was to withdraw from the process, citing the Glazers' valuation as the reason for this. Initially, the British billionaire was wanting to purchase a majority stake in the club worth 60%. However, Ratcliffe opted to restructure his proposal and is now looking to buy a 25% minority stake, guaranteeing the Glazers will remain for the foreseeable future. Question marks now persist as to when this will be officially confirmed, but reports suggest it could be soon. It is understood the 71-year-old will have no issues passing the Premier League's owners and directors test, and there are no concerns from the league's bosses regarding Ratcliffe's source of funds. Once final details have been agreed upon between Ratcliffe and the Glazers, the process should transition quickly from there, it is claimed. So, as it is analyzed by football finance expert Kieran Maguire on X, the Glazers' ownership of Class B shares could delay, defer, or prevent change of control of United, according to the club's financial results. Responding to a fan in the comments section, this leaves power firmly in the hands of the Glazers. Meanwhile, Pep Guardiola hailed his Manchester City team for ridding themselves of doubt in time to outclass Manchester United. Erling Haaland scored twice, and Phil Foden also got in on the act as the Blues cruised to a 3-0 win at Old Trafford that gave them some revenge for a controversial defeat here last season. The win moves them 9 points clear of their rivals and up to within 2 of Tottenham at the top of the table. The match emphasized the gulf between the teams and the clubs, with City having a clear vision and United struggling to muster up a coherent plan. However, while Guardiola praised the strong backing he has at the Etihad, he rejected the idea that it had been easy for his team on Sunday. "I understand the question that it looks easy, but it is not. There is a lot of respect for United and what they do, but we were at our best, especially in the second half," he said. "The opponent plays. When you are losing, it is because they are really good. When we win, it is because we have done good things too. Football is always so difficult. Again and again." This is what Ten Hag said after defeat. Erik Ten Hag felt the penalty decision in the first half, given by VAR for a foul by Højlund on Rodri, changed the course of the Manchester derby, won 3-0 by visitors City. The manager offered his thoughts on a disappointing derby day as the Reds conceded that controversial first-half opener to Erling Haaland's penalty before further goals after the interval by Haaland and Phil Foden made for an unhappy afternoon.